Back to work, but it is Friday, which is great for most people. Most people like that, Friday. Put the microphone out of there. What is this? Aha. Oh, okay, right. Oh. It's easy. All right. Sending a text message. All right, back to work on this. You'll see it. This animating text. There it goes. So now I feel like that loop is just a little big. Trying to invite someone onto the stream. So let's jump back to here. So I'm thinking now that the amplitude is too big, or that it increases too fast, or both. Okay. Not fast enough. Weirdly enough. Man, this is tough to juggle these numbers. That was almost right. That was almost right. Maybe 2. 2F. You can write that? And there it goes. That's, I think, what I ultimately wanted. Boom, circle, and gone. I can even add slight extra delay. Well, hold on. No, it's gonna get weird when it's like... when it's like a long text. I don't even think it has to be lowercase, but... Ah, damn. The ones that are in the far right don't actually make it off screen, and so they loop back around. So I have to add in there that I need a little bit of amplitude adjustment based on their target X or something. Based on how far they have to move. No, they all have the same target. Oh, their target position is where they are now. Sorry. But I can use their global X, even their local X position. Their, where is that? So I want this to be the cutoff position. So this is going to be kill position X. So that's going to be that. So I want to know their distance from that. Equals this target or kill position. There it is, minus target position X. Okay. How do I answer this? There we go. What is up, dude? Not much. You're kind of quiet. Your volume's pretty low, I think.
Oh, it's probably because the mic isn't right in front of me. All right, how's that?
That's better.
Okay, so yeah, you like my little like.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize what I was looking at, but yeah. So it's a good diagram. Ah, shit.
So at first I was thinking I'll just take the smallest x, the smallest z, the largest z, and the largest x, but then like I drew a fucking box around that,
And
I
you
was
see
like,
how much you're doing, right?
that's way too fucking much. So
Yeah, so when you're at a 45-degree angle, you're doing double, basically.
yeah.
So I came up with the answer like by looking at your drawing.
Nice.
So, and it's kind of, you already have the area, right? You have the lower left corner. You want to iterate, like as an example, you want to iterate from the lower left corner to the upper right corner.
The lower right,
The lower left to upper right.
the lower left. Okay, so bottom left to
Top right.
top right.
That's an example of what you want, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, I want basically what I want is I want to iterate over
I know that.
the top left to the top to the top right to the bottom left to the bottom right to include the entire area. But what I have is I have 4 fucking x z coordinates that I don't know how to fucking iterate over. I know how to do, 4x and then 4y and then 4z
Yeah.
and then get yz, but this is different because you're like trying to leave certain parts of it out.
Yeah. So, here's my answer, and tell me if you can come up with the rest of the answer, which is you should iterate over the original square and not the rotated square. Because that you can iterate over, right? Because you know where the starting coordinate is, and you know how far across it is. And you can be sure that you'll hit every one of those squares.
Every one of what squares?
The
original square?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna end up with a problem though. At least the solution that I'm thinking of has a problem.
Well, it's not gonna work.
Okay, so my plan was that you iterate over the original square, and for each point in the original square, rotate it, and then you have that location. You have the rotated iteration.
Oh, I get what you're saying. But
So you iterate over the normal non-rotated square, but for every iteration, you rotate that position and do whatever's at that position instead.
So you rotate each position, and
Yeah.
then you. Okay, I mean, I guess I see where you're going with that.
The only problem with that is that when you rotate stuff like this, right, you'll notice that like because they're squares, right, instead of straight lines, right, you're drawing along the square boundaries or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're getting like discrete units instead of float values. Um, that square does not have the same area as your square. So after you rotate all the, so it has a different number of squares inside of it than your original square, the rotated square.
Right.
Which means that when you're iterating over your square, let's say your square is 10 by 10, it looks like it, but so that's 100 points, but that other square actually has 110 points inside of it because it has like this weird jagginess. So you're going to miss 10 locations because the rotated points don't perfectly map to every single point, right? All the original points don't perfectly map to all the rotated points
Right.
that you want. So you're going to miss a few. So you'd have to like do another pass on it to check for ones that you missed somehow.
Dude, somehow I like that answer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I'm sure there's a way to do it, but the initial pass will get most of them because I've actually done that. Like I've done like rotating sprites and then like copying pixels from the original sprite to the rotated positions, and it leaves holes in the image when you rotate it. And the further it gets to 45 degrees, 45 degrees has the most amount of tearing inside the image, like leaving holes everywhere. So like all the normal rotations like 90, 180, 270, 360, those don't leave any holes because they're all perfect. They're all squares still, right?
Right. That's interesting. So I could end up with a hole somewhere like in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did you fix that?
Okay, so you can do a different type of rotation. So you can rotate using a shear. So like, and a shear is just like, you know, in Photoshop when you have like that one tool where you can pull on just the like let's say the bottom of the image and you can pull it left and right and it makes it like it like shifts it so like the bottom and the top are like unaligned and it's like it almost like you're changing its perspective,
Right.
right? So you do that like 3 times and it becomes rotated, right? So you shear it one direction and then you shear it another direction and then you shear it the other direction again and then it's rotated, and the amount that you shear is based on the angle of rotation. So that will give you the correct like that will give you the rotation that will still cover all the pixels because you're not losing any pixels because you're not trying to map to like a calculated rotation. You're literally moving them uh, in 3 directions 3 times. But the problem with that one is that for some reason, at least the version of the formula that I found for the shearing, it like breaks at like 90 degrees or no 180 degrees. It breaks. So what I had to do was say like if it gets past 90 degrees, flip it around and do it backwards as if you're going in the opposite direction. It was weird. It was really weird.
That seems like a lot of like.
But it got the rotation to work nearly perfectly. Like
There's so much computing power going into this though.
that's not that bad.
No.
No. Yeah, it's not that bad. Can you see my stream?
not sharing your screen?
Oh, I guess I'm not. It says that you're playing Minecraft.
Does it really? How the fuck does it know that I have Minecraft running?
I don't know. I think that, like, I don't know. That is interesting.
Yeah, I can see your screen now.
Oh, okay. So I'm working on this like special text that can pop up and do stuff, you know, something like that. And then it basically does like that kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
And that's all like animated using like kind of the same thing. This is like a cosine and sine function to animate it. So what I was doing here is this should be adjusted by this. Times that. That's gonna be way too much, right?
Yeah, at first I fucked it up when I was like, rotating the points and converting them to like world coordinates, because you know you started off with them being local to the player rotation, right, to the player. So it was like taking from 0 to negative to positive to negative to positive, and because my world start at 0, the player could be, you know, I was basically changing all of the values to ABS, or to absolute values, and
Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird.
it ended up fucking it up really bad.
Yeah, because then 2 would be like -5 would just be at 5 again.
Right. So at first that's what I came back with, and I was like, wait, this. I was looking at the coordinates, and I'm like, these don't look right. It looked like a weird fucking trapezoidal shape by the time I was done with it. I was like, that's not right. So then
Did
at
you
first
did
I
you
thought,
manually calculated those out and then so you could know where to put them?
no, I again drew them out as they were, and then I also drew out the results, because if I could show you the screen, you could see it. It's, let's see here. Or even this. Oh, there it is.
Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
You see my screen?
I do. Pop it up.
Okay, so give it a second.
I can't see it. Like
Everything is running kind of slow for some reason on my computer right now. It's more so than it usually is.
Huh. This is weird.
Probably have to close some shit and open it back up at some point. Right, here we go.
Discord says that I'm looking at the window, but I'm not looking at the window.
Alright. You see the world?
This is weird. Hold on. I have to like close this thing. Come on, Discord. I don't know. Discord's being weird. Let's see here. Full screen? There we go. Okay.
You see the world?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look, I got on the top right, I got the local coordinates, and then below I have the world coordinates, right?
Okay.
So you can see like
What's local? Local to the...
local to the player, right? So let's just say the player is a 0, 0. And then if you look at the bottom left would be -6, 0, and then bottom right is 6, 0, and then top left is -5, 12, which actually, let's see here, -6. The angles are very, very picky about where they want to be, but
I see what you mean, yeah.
no, -6 and 6 and 12. So
Is
all the
north the
center
direction you're facing?
north is the direction that I'm facing. So yeah, as I go around, you can see like that my direction is changing.
Got it.
And so then, like, let me show you what the actual like mesh looks like. So I don't know how much of a delay there is in me talking and showing you shit, but
I don't think there's much.
if I go to the scene,
Okay. Wow, it's huge.
the
All right.
scene view, right? So now if I bring this up, so this is what's actually rendered.
Right. Even though there's a ton of stuff underneath
Yeah,
potentially.
even like the stuff on the bottom, you can't see. If you look at the very bottom, you'll see that there's bedrock.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is all like fucking bedrock. And then if you actually look at the so if you look at the each chunk, each game object, here, see this is the actual game object. So I can drag this out. This is the whole chunk.
Oh, the chunk goes from bottom to top.
Yeah.
Have you thought about splitting it up into a z coordinate
What do you mean?
so that the chunks are three-dimensional?
They are three dimensional. It goes.
I mean, in the sense that you can separate them on the third dimension,
Huh?
so that so that the chunks are also split on the y-axis. You know, like every 10.
Well, I mean, they are split. Each one of these is a game object.
I know, but split further. Right now, they're split only on the x and y axis. Right, that's how they're separated.
Oh, so that they can be split. Oh, well, I mean, that's not really how they do it. I I could do it that way, but I think that that would make more draw calls because then you'd have to draw. You'd be drawing other stuff too. It'd be weird
Uh,
to separate them going up and down.
I don't know. All right. Yeah. Sure.
But yeah. So then as I move, you can see like I'll just show you this in scene view. Let's move the player around. The player right now is in the center. So there is some stuff loaded in cache already, I think. So I could just see how it just generates.
Oh, okay. And it goes ahead and kills all the other stuff.
Yeah, well, it like disables
I
it,
mean,
right? So,
oh, okay, and that's because it's cached that it's able to do that so fast.
right. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of game objects.
I mean, most of them are disabled,
Yeah.
and I don't know what, if any, performance is used if a game object is disabled. I think that
Probably not
it still
much.
it still has to be there, right? It's in the scene, so it has to take up some amount of memory because it has to be available. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's used probably in memory, but it's not drawn in the scene. Like it's not rendered. So I guess the draw calls aren't happening.
Yeah, maybe it moves it to like a different array.
Right. So none of these actually have any scripts. All they have is this mesh renderer, and they have just two different textures. One that I use for what it looks like when you actually like mine the block, because there's this thing, like if you're still watching, shit. I have to make sure that I'm above the because I moved the player manually.
Oh yeah.
So there's this, and then when I click here, see how when I hold down it like
Yeah.
does this? Yeah. So that's a whole different texture that gets applied in this filter. The shader that I wrote for this is actually pretty cool. So all it does is it basically takes these two textures and blends them together.
Okay.
And the cool thing, the way that the thing that makes this really super cool is that I am taking this and I'm setting, because this whole entire, like, this grass that's being drawn on this mesh is literally just from this one part of this, of this fucking texture.
Yeah.
It gets applied based on, like, it creates I have an array of UV coordinates, right?
Yeah.
And those UV coordinates basically map that texture over and over and over based on where it is in the array, and then it adds to the UV coordinates for that space. So then it does the same thing with this crack texture, and it updates. I have it set so that it only updates the actual voxel, and it doesn't redraw the entire mesh, but only this part of the mesh right here, which is actually kind of cool. It saves a lot of time.
That is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I just have to find a super efficient way to iterate over this coordinate fucking system to show what I want to show. Because this is like, um, I like how, if you look, it loads pretty fast with all the stuff that's like already cached.
Yeah, it does.
Once you get to a point where it actually has to like
Yeah, I want to see that.
generate from file, or generate without even having it. See, it's still loading. There we go. See it? No lag.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So that's
but that's not too bad. That's probably easy to speed up.
it's not too bad, but it this is definitely not like playable, right?
No.
This is not like the kind of shit you want in the game. So yeah, now it's really fun. Oh God, what did I do?
What are you upside down?
Yeah, I haven't clamped my mouse look stuff yet. I have very, very, very simple like character controller. It's super simple. Nothing cool.
Good.
Yeah, it's literally just like checking. Because you see how I'm drawing this cube around the blocks.
Yeah.
All this is a fucking, it's an empty
Raycast.
cube.
Oh,
Huh?
I was thinking
No,
it's a.
I'm not even doing a raycast. What I'm doing is I'm actually I'm creating my own raycast in a way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Basically, doing a check. So I have this range that I set, and then it checks into the direction that I'm facing until it hits like a block, and it just keeps adding to this range until it hits something, and then when it does, I get a report back where that position is, and then I put the cube into that position, and the cube just has a texture that has like these these outlines.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time I do this, basically the block's supposed to go away. I don't have that. I had that. It's like before I restarted the whole thing, the blocks would then go away, and then every time it does, it'll save the mesh with the updates to the file. So the next time it loads, that block wouldn't even be there anymore. So, anyways, yeah, so that's where I'm at with this shit. I wrote my own fucking serialization classes.
That's cool.
Like, so much fucking custom shit, dude.
Create text object. Okay. special text.
Huh?
I'm just thinking about how to do this. Game object.
Fuck, dude. Let me get going. Fucking work is texting me.
Okay, man.
Alright, later.
See ya.
Yeah.
Quick distraction. Where is OBS though? There we go. Alright, so I pretty much just want to load this thing and set this immediately. Add component special text. And then it should just do its thing. If I set it to, it doesn't matter where the special text is. That doesn't matter at all. That's word equals text. Right, and then I wonder if it actually generates a space. This like blank space here. I think it does. Okay, so that should handle that just fine. What else does it need to do? I guess I'll just, yeah, I won't even do anything. I assume it'll be zeroed out or something. So if I don't do that, and then when I get the special text power up, which is now, yep. Right, instead of this, special text saved. And that's like that now. The only thing I want to add to that is like a transition color. Of some kind. So this is also special text, but it says power up. Right, so I should get that now. Completely. No power up? No, I didn't get enough. Okay, let's add some more enemies. Let's add the boss back. Does he not move? What happened to the boss? Why is it not moving? The boss trigger? Isn't that part of him? Boss trigger? How's this supposed to work then? If transformed opposition is less than something. I guess these things are supposed to be moving because it's part of the parallax background. Oh, but it's not supposed to move with the parallax background. It just doesn't loop. It's still supposed to move. I guess it's supposed to be like this. Not sure when I did that. comes in, slows down, stops, and there it is. Power up. Oh, this screen shake is getting crazy. Why is the screen shaking so much? Oh, because of this robot shooting stuff? Yeah, it's a little much. Too powerful. Okay. So yeah, that screen shake is a little crazy. I'm gonna turn that down quite a bit. There's white outside. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay, so I like it. Maybe I can specify the color. So yeah, so I can grab like the renderer on the game text. Right, I pretty much just like sorting layer name, it's doing all that stuff, and then just set the color. I don't know. And it'll just go like render sprite color. Oh, it's mesh renderer. Doesn't have a sprite renderer. I forgot what I did to change the text color, honestly now. Oh, text color. There it is. So that's text.color. Okay. I can think of some cool effects that I might want to do with that. I don't know if it's going to look as good as it does in my head. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I could make it fade in and out between the colors again. Should have just left that code in there, and I don't have a backup of it. Oh well. I think they should all the letters should go at the same time. Ah, man. So that means I have to that means I have to set their color based on the total timer. I guess that kind of works. Because the special text class has the time, but then this is what's going to have to do the color changing. Otherwise, because they all get generated. No, they all get generated at the same time, actually. So this probably is fine. They just move at different rates. Okay. So this isn't as bad as I thought. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay. So let me go back to the thing, doing what I was thinking. Okay, so color, from color, this is just colored white, to color, and this is some custom color. Say, 0.7, 0.0, 0.1. Just a tiny bit of blue in there. Maybe a tiny bit of green too. A darker grayish red. I don't know. So I don't need to do this update color thing. So I'm just going to set the to color to whatever, and then it's going to do its thing. So update, it's just going to do, I guess the timer, right? Public float color transition timer. So that's gonna basically go from 0 to 2. If color transition timer is greater than 2, color transition timer equals 0. And the reason it's going to 2 is because it has to fade in for 1 second and fade out for 1. Well, whatever the time is, okay, hold on. Let's set a time and set it to 2. So it's going to take 1 second to fade to a color. I'm going to set it to 1, and then color transition timer. Right? So if this is just greater than color transition time, then we're going to flip it back to 0. And the color that we want so float color amount, or I guess like lerp amount, is going to be the color transition timer, but if the color transition timer is greater than 1, then, wait a second, no. The lerp amount is greater than 1, then the lerp amount is actually going to be 1 minus the lerp amount. Wait, what? 2 minus the lerp amount? Sorry, it's greater than 1. Oh, if it's greater than, oh, that's why. Because it has to be from 0 to 1, right? So it's not greater than 1, right? So like max value is actually the color transition time divided by 2. That's the max. And the lerp amount is actually the timer divided by the max. So that it's still out of 1, right? So if this is 5, if my time is 10 for some reason, so if this is 5, then once this reaches 5, that'll be, or once this reaches like 6, because it'll go to 10, then it'll be greater than 1. This lerp amount will be greater than 1, right? Okay, so that's the ratio more or less. Then it actually equals the max minus no 1 minus whatever, however much it is over, right? Over equals lerp amount minus 1, right? So I'm 0.1 over, which means I'm actually back at 0.9. 1.0 minus over. So if I'm at 1.1, I'm actually at 0.9. Okay, good, got that. So if I'm all the way at 2.0, I'm at 2 minus 1, which is 1, and 1 minus that, which is 0, right? That's exactly what I want. Okay, now to lerp it, it's actually easy. You don't even have to do lerp. I mean, I could do like color.lerp or whatever, I think. Color A, color B, float. And that's fine. So that's just from color to color and by the lerp amount, and that returns a new color, what the actual color should be. And then I can just say text.color equals actual color, I think. So I made it something like red. Let's see what happens. Ah, right, I didn't put that special text back. Let me just put it back. Special text, whatever. Special text. Testing. It's not changing color. Probably because I'm not adding Mr. 5000. Probably because I'm not adding this timer. I always forget to do this. I always do like all this code and this timing code, and then never write increment the timer. Whoa! They are going at different rates. I thought they all get generated at the exact same. No, they're all getting generated one frame after another. So they're all off by a frame. It's not the worst thing. It doesn't look too bad. Why are they getting generated one frame off from each other? If word length is greater than 1. Oh, I see. It's weird that it does it like that. I don't know why I did that. I'll just generate the entire word all at once. It's going pretty well. I'm just finishing up the special text stuff. And then I think I can finish off. I don't know. Maybe I can just do a lot. Maybe we'll just. It's Friday, man. We'll see. I'm in a good mood, though. Yesterday I was getting annoyed by the fidgeting around with those numbers. Man. What was I just going to do? Oh, yeah. While word dot length is greater than 0, just go ahead and generate them all at once. And now they'll have in sync color timers. I don't know if that's better or worse. Maybe the color transition time is too fast. Where was that? Game text? Maybe it should be like a 2-second timer. It's a little better. I feel like it's still a little slow though. I mean fast. I feel like it's speeding up. Max value is 2. Whatever amount is out of max value. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if I make it like something large, it should be obvious. No, it's not. Oh, that's probably because of this. Because it's actually using this number. So let's actually make that a 4 now. Stupid serialization. Three. That's not bad. Although longer text would you'd be able to see more, like a typical one. It's okay, it's okay. Wasn't really paying too much attention though. Okay, I like it. I'll stick with it. Just gotta decide on some colors though. So this will actually come from what's happening here. So I'm just gonna pass this in here. Right, maybe I can define some constants somewhere. But for now it's fine. Where was that special text? Okay. And then color, text color. Can I do default stuff in default parameter? Must be a compile time constant. Ugh. Whatever. don't feel like doing that right now. So where is it? Rescue. Just gonna add 0.1, 0.1, 0.5. Wash it out a little bit. I don't really know if that's correct. I guess I gotta save somebody for this to work. Where is a save? Save. Rescue. Put this guy right there. Hey, save me. Okay, it's red. Why is it still red? Probably because I didn't actually write in there to set the color. To color. What? Oh, damn. Okay, special text has to have it. Where the hell is special text? Here somewhere. There it is. So it needs a color. Text color. I'm just gonna set to white by default. Color, text color, text color, text color. Now when I save this guy, it's gonna work. Didn't work because that didn't actually do anything. Okay, just setting that. I actually have to set the color. Like where's my head right now? All right, letter.color to color equals text color. Alright, save the guy. There it is. That was a little dark. So I think, yeah, that was because the blue was too low. So let's see here. Where was that? Rescue, right? Okay, so 0.5 is probably way too dark. Let's go ahead and do 0.9, and then we'll just bump up these values to make it grayer. Try and get like a sky blue, but then it would like get lost in the sky, I guess. I don't know. There's probably a lot of things I could do to improve this. Maybe wash it out more. 5. Go ahead, just do 1. Why not? Maybe more green than, or more red, more reddish. That's not bad. Maybe too much. Let's do like 3, and then it's a little better. Oop, oop. That's okay. That's okay. Power up. All right. Okay, whatever, it's fine. So back to the to-do list, right? Power, done. Rescue, done. Level start, level end, world end. That's what I was doing, the switching levels. All right, let's actually get back to the serious thing. How do I end a level other than I can do an event? Event trigger, level end, I don't know. And just always put one of those in the scene somewhere. That I would assume would end the level. This is tricky. Once there are no enemies left, every enemy ship I could load into an array at the start, and then just check whether the array is empty at the end, when I'm near the end. Or it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. If the array is ever empty, it just triggers the end of the level. And this could all be handled by the level manager. And does that make sense? If there's no more enemies, what else could happen? What if I wanted a level just to be longer? Without enemies. If I had like a cutscene at the end. Yeah, I'm just gonna manually add the event trigger for level end. And then that's just gonna do its own thing. Oh, I have it already. I started working on it. Okay, good. All right, so the first thing it's gonna do, is do level manager special instance special text. It's gonna say complete. Level complete? Mission complete. I like mission complete, but mission start, mission complete, I don't really know. And then I could say like chapter at the end of the world. So they're like, it's one chapter or something, I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Complete. I'm just going to put complete. And then some color by default. Or I'm just going to overload this so I don't have to put a color for some things. Might be another way to do that. Special. Why can't I not? There we go. Special text. String text. Special text. Text. Oh, wait. There. And something was broken. Oh, yeah. So the first thing it's going to do is do that. And the last thing it's going to do is do like level manager load level, and it's going to be like world level +1. Okay, the level manager already has that information, So I don't even need it. So I could just say like next level, load next level, and that's probably okay. I think that's what I want to happen. So there's reset level. Let's do that. That's level stuff. Load next level. So I'm going to try to load a scene. I think I'm going to have to specifically say that the world, the chapter is also completed. So let's go back to, where the hell is that event trigger? Level end, here it is. Chapter complete. Normally this is just a level complete, so if chapter complete, we're going to do a different text. Else, just copy that. This is going to be chapter complete. Wonder if I can get the chapter number. Level manager instance world. Plus chapter num. I wonder what that would look like. I don't know. And then it would load next level, and then have like a boolean for next chapter. Chapter complete. I pass that in there. So yeah, this will have a chapter complete. So it's going to go to the next chapter. Which, okay, so I'm gonna have to name the, so string scene name equals level underscore. I'm not really sure what I did. I think I just did like this. So level plus world plus underscore plus level. So level plus plus with chapter complete, world plus plus, and that should load the correct. And then do this. Not sample scene. Oh, this reset level to sample scene. That would never load anything. It would just break. So this would just... okay. I'll just do that without incrementing anything. Scene name. Scene name. I just have to name the scenes correctly. Oop. What happened here? Return? How's it doing that? true. Oh, well maybe, maybe just don't do this right away. Kind of want to see what that complete thing looks like. So, this is going to be level end test, event trigger level end. It's going to be a chapter complete. Something like that. Let's not say that it's chapter complete, and then see what happens. Should say complete. Cool. And if it's chapter complete, it should say chapter complete. Whoa! Chapter 1. And now the other thing is broken. The special text script is broken because this thing got cut off here at the end. So that's way too long. Okay. Let's take out the chapter number here, introducing way too many spaces. Could also make it say world. Chapter just feels cooler. I don't know why. I just like the word chapter better. Damn, it's still long. I guess I have to admit defeat on that one. I don't know. Just gonna have to either make the text smaller or multi-line. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why I did that. We'll see what happens. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think it's just gonna be no space in between. There's still a space in between. What the hell? It like loaded a new line character into the space. Just like done. End, chapter end. That doesn't sound right. Look who it is. What up?
What up?
Just doing some stuff here. So what do you think it should say at the end of a word?
With these guys. What's that?
Once you complete like an entire world of levels, like 5 levels or whatever, and then you move on to the next world. Zone.
Okay.
Oh, zone
Yep.
maybe. I was thinking about just putting the word chapter complete, but the text is so damn long it goes off the screen. I mean, I could make the font dynamically sized, but then it looks smaller, and I don't know.
Just make it 2 things of text that happen simultaneously, so it's not waiting for the first word to finish before the second word tries to leave.
What?
So you have 1 string of text that's animating, of entering and leaving. Have it be 2 animated texts. That way it'll be done in half the time, and it'll be half as big.
Why would it be done in half the time?
Because you don't have to wait till. Oh, I guess it all depends on how you wrote the code. If it's based off overall time, but if it's based off letter length, like it's starting to.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
multi-line on top of
Right.
each other. Okay.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of how it would look. Having
Okay.
2 lines of text and then having both the lines of text animate at the same time. If anything, I would queue them up so that one happens and then the other happens. So it would take Not necessarily
Or
twice as
create a
long.
whole, or just create a different animation for that, and it can be a lot simpler, like a drop down and fade in, and then boom, level complete, done, gone.
All my hard work. All my hard work from yesterday, and you just throw it out the window.
No, I mean have that for the first one. Well, so you're saying chapter complete instead of mission complete, or chapter complete after a bunch of mission completes?
I guess so, yeah. But I was honestly just thinking like I could just say like zone complete. And maybe that
Zone complete
gets
too.
the same idea across. So think about putting a longer wait time on it then. Let's see. Let's go back to special text. I mean, it does a lot of stuff, but it's not too complicated. Where's that wait time? Oh, it's like nothing, isn't it? 2001. Zone complete. What the hell?
What happened?
Oh, hold on. I have to tack that back on. Okay. Float buffer time or wait time. Here, did I redefine this variable or something? No. Wait time plus wait time. Chapter is a good word. It is a good word.
That's a good, solid word.
That look different. I feel like that looked different. No. Times 0.1 divided by 4.5 divided by 2 or something. What is that? No, that would be even more exaggerated, wouldn't it? Yeah, it becomes insane. Okay. So like divided by 10. But then the other one doesn't move that much, so I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna drive myself crazy here. Oh, I'm already an hour and 20 in? Damn.
Oh, daylight savings time ends Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Fuck,
good.
this keeps messing with us because we have people on the team in like Europe and other fucking parts, and like this last week messed us up because in Europe they just got off daylight savings like last week, I think.
Oh, right, yeah. That's a dumb concept. Whatever.
It's not like if it perfectly matched up with the sun and gave everybody the same amount of sunlight, I would kind of get it, but it doesn't.
Of course it doesn't.
It
Like,
doesn't
the
really
sunlight's
change
different
much.
geographically, so...
No, I know, but you know what I mean. Like, if it was some kind of system, obviously it would be designed nothing like how it is. But if there was some kind of system that at least you could argue that it distributed the light more in line with the same time frames. Yeah, but like what you said, everything is so different. Top of the hemisphere has like all day sunshine sometimes and all day nighttime sometimes.
Yeah. It's like if 24 hours really was, like, based on the sun, then the length of a day would stretch out in those places.
Yeah.
Be like, oh man, I feel like this day is going on forever. Like your 8-hour shift would be like so long.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least it's always sunny at 7 a.m.
Where it depends on where you are.
Crack of dawn.
He bought some crack from Don. God.
Crack of dawn. Crack.
Is that like another sea monster? There's like Krakatoa. There's Krakadon.
Isn't Krakatoa a volcano?
Krakamegalodon.
I think you're thinking of a kraken.
Krakatoa Krakatoa is a volcano, I believe. Is it? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
I know Squidward. Said it. I think when he had like a
holy
volcano
Krakatoa.
costume.
Oh, okay.
No, he just say like Krakatoa. I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly.
And he had a volcano costume?
Yeah, he did. He had like a volcano on his head.
Oh, okay. Level manager. Okay, so I got that kind of working. I'm gonna go with the word zone for now, unless it really bugs me. So what about the level complete thing? Game death power rescue. Zone complete, and just to say level complete, level complete. Mission complete. Is mission really that much longer than the word chapter? Like mission, or shorter, chapter. They're the same length. But I guess the letters are different sizes. Because when I write mission complete, I guess the I's take up less space. And that makes sense. It actually fits. Probably because the I's take up less width. Yeah. Oh, I wrote it into there. Let me turn off that Boolean check there. Oh, it doesn't fit. What the hell happened? Lowercase letters take up more space now? What happened? What did I change? Did I change something? Did I change the text spacing? Oh, I think the text spacing broke. Or something. Character spacing, 0.8. Did I have that less before? Special text saved. Special text power. I don't need these things anymore. It did have a different letter spacing, I think. What's the default letter spacing for special text? If I can find it. I think that's what's happening now. I'm gonna lower that to like 0.5. I think that's why it's not working right. Or not looking right, I guess. Okay, it's a little better. 7. I'm gonna do 7 on that. Maybe 6, 5. Alright, so now I can probably fit chapter complete. Oops. Event trigger level end. Come on, drag over here. Chapter complete, and this will just say complete. Alright, that says complete, and this is going to say chapter complete. And it fits. Good stuff. Okay. So now it's all about what I want to happen after that. So I'll have some UI elements, I guess, that I'll just make up here. Where's the HUD? Is this health bar, that stuff, message box? So I'm going to do the thing, UI text or whatever. Yeah. Text. It's damn gigantic. So what do we got here? We got points. I hate it when it does this. Canvas, camera. No, world space? I forgot which one's correct. To this camera. And constant scale with screen size. There we go. Oh, and sorting layer, UI. Order in layer, the largest number I can get. Additional shader channels. Nothing. Okay, so. Font size 40 is the best. Where did it go? Oh, it doesn't fit inside of that. Size. There we go. And then scale it down. Right? Where was the scale? Oh, there is a scale right there. Okay, so yeah. 0.1, 0.1, nope, 5, 5. That's not bad. Okay. Why don't I just put the points text always there? Like, I just always keep it right there, right? Got some amount of points. No? Something like this. It's gonna say points. It's gonna be like different damn color than that. Raycast target,
That's
raycast padding, maskable, best fit. And do like one of these things. Oh, instead of points, we'll just do score. And then I can lower the scale a little bit more, 0.4. That's a little better. Okay. 4. Yeah, that's not bad. It's about the same height as the health bar. Okay. So score, put that right there, and then I'll have the score text. So I'll just duplicate this. Points, number, points value, probably makes more sense. Put that right over here. Okay, hold on, this one. I'm just gonna shrink this box to be just wide enough. This one be roughly there, and I can go all the way here, and I can align it to the right. Center? No. And let's see how big of a number we can get in there. long max value. Whatever. 64-bit unsigned max value. Okay, 9 quadrillion. Doesn't fit. Although I don't think I'm going to have a score that high. So how about 32-bit? $4 billion. That's a little bit more reasonable. So that would be the highest score that I ever get. So I can move this text over. I'm just gonna have to make it so you can't get a higher score than 4 billion. In fact, I can just make the highest score like 1 million. Or 999,999,999. Or just make it 1 billion. I'll make the highest score 1 billion. Oh, can I write it out like this? Ah, now it's longer. If you see a score, should there be commas separating every 1,000 orders of magnitude?
Say that again?
Every 3 orders. If you see a score label, right? Do you think it should have commas in it, like a million? Like if you see the number 1,000,000 as a score,
Yeah.
should it have commas in it separating the 1,000 and million?
Yes.
I feel like I never see that in games though.
That's a lie. Maybe like old Atari or arcade games, but I mean,
Well, games these days don't really have a score either. Not often, anyway.
No, they do. It's
Not
just
often.
disguised in terms of like your stats and stuff like that.
I guess, yeah, but it's not literally like a score. Like this time you played, this was your score.
Yeah, because games aren't made like that anymore.
Yeah.
Games are made to be like to persist after one playthrough. That was like, oh, you put a quarter in, your game's over when that game is over. Here's your high score. You want to play again and start from 0?
And I'm trying to find some examples, but like, dude, it's like really difficult. Video game. I'm gonna say no, just because the commas look kind of ugly. Which one am I using? I think this is the font that I'm using. See, now the commas kind of look good. So hold up. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good with commas now that I changed the font to something. I guess I'll leave it. I just have to put them in manually.
Oh, Really? Why? That doesn't...
Because it's an int value that's holding the. So if I want to display it as a string with commas in it, I have to manually put in the commas.
Ah. But you mean manually? Manually, or what do you mean? You can rewrite that string.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, so you're saying dynamically manually?
What do you mean dynamically manually?
Because you can make it feed whatever number you want without commas, and if it knows to add a comma every 3 digits starting from the right, since it's an array, it wouldn't be that difficult.
No, it's not. It just has to be done.
Yeah.
Like turning an integer into a string does not automatically put the commas, so I have to do it manually.
Yeah, but you say manually as if you're hard coding it. But you didn't. You manually created a dynamic function to do that, right? Or at least wrote the code to dynamically interpret that string.
But it's not happening for me, so I have to do it. I have to write the thing that does it.
The code is. You didn't just sit in front of a computer and the game was there.
Yes, but some things are handled for me by the game engine.
Mm-hmm. I get that, like the inner functions. You didn't build it from scratch, but like for anything to happen, you have to put it there.
I mean, yeah, even automated things have to be manually built. So
gotta keep it automated.
If you want to go to the extreme, bro.
Oh, I'll go to the extreme, and I'll turn around and say this ain't far enough, and I'll keep going.
Unless I do something like this, like I could also make it a little bit more dynamic to where it's like, let's say you have 999 points, and then all of a sudden you get 1,000, and it's like, and does that. Kind of looks not that interesting anymore.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't see what you were showing.
1.5.
I didn't know you were showing something, bro. Oh, you're not. So I would never have that any context.
It's because you don't watch my Twitch stream like a true friend.
It's because I hear you twice, and there's a lag. How many of my streams have you watched?
One.
So I definitely watched one.
But that wasn't the point. It wasn't a competition. It was just like, do it, bro. I realize now that this won't work because. So my plan was just to make the text shorter, just do something like this. But then it's like, I don't want to know that I have like 1.5 thousand. I want to know that I have 1,540. But then I'm not doing anything different, right? Like everybody wants to see the whole number, so I'm not gonna do that. So I could be like 2.2 million, and then like.
Would you do that? I mean, that makes sense.
I could do like 2,500,000.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
And don't 2.
No. I would say like it's a normal number till it hits a K, then it's like 1 point whatever K, then when it hits an M, it's 1 point whatever M, you know?
Yeah, but as you're racking up like thousands and thousands of points, this like takes a long time to go to that, and you never see anything. And you don't know what your actual score is. So if you're like competing and you're like...
Just add more decimal places.
But then it's like defeating the purpose of shortening it. Anyway.
No, because then you're... Look, like if you do 1.33K...
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't do it at K. You have to start at million. It would have to be 1.33 million because then it cuts off the last 3 zeros. If you do it at K, it doesn't make sense because those 3 digits are the last 3 zeros. You've just replaced the entire number again.
What if your score is in like such small fractional amounts and the highest score is 1, so the entire time you're gaining like that many points, and eventually... right, you have this many points, and then like eventually you have like half a point, right, and then finally like the highest score you can get is 1.0, Huh?
That would be very disappointing. That's like big rig shit. Don't do that.
That'd be pretty funny though. All right. No, I actually like it with the commas. I think it looks all right. I think it looks pretty cool.
It's just hard at a quick glance without the commas to know how many points you have.
Yeah, when it goes up to 1 billion, sure. Oh, without the commas, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
It is,
At 100,000, you'd already struggle to like quickly look and know how much you have.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I could make it so it writes it out. Like, that'd be dumb, right? 100,000. In case anybody's really confused.
And then it has another square where it's just written out like numbers, like in a check.
I could make it so that every time you get 1 point, it like literally puts like a diamond up here, and like for every point, it just like adds diamonds. And then for every 100 points, it becomes like a ruby, and then with like 100 diamonds, and then like 2 rubies, and then like once you get 100 rubies, it becomes like a I don't know.
The first time I saw something like that was actually on a Bop It, because when you get a high enough, like when it tells you your high score, it tells you it in sounds, and like a crank means like 10, a bop means like 20,
That's
you
kinda
know,
neat.
a twist means like 1,000,000. So like I got to a point where I got a fucking high score. Like I no lie played. I no lie continue. I got so good at it. The one with like the 5 things, you know, with the twist, the crank, all the things.
Yeah, it's like
And
Roman numerals.
one time I played it for no lie 40 minutes straight.
Jesus.
And it took like an entire minute to get my final score.
It was like,
It was like high score. Yeah, it was like clack clack clack. It's just like listening to that. We're like, oh,
could have been a world record, dude.
It could have been for all I know, but I don't know. Like once I got to a high enough thing, and I felt like I kind of mastered it more or less. Or like, yeah, if I wanted, I could keep playing it. But then it's just like, yeah, you could bounce on a pogo stick for like 3 days, but why would you?
Yeah. I agree with that statement.
But that's like half of the Guinness Book of World Records is people that were like, fuck that, I'm gonna do that anyway.
Oh, I do have special text position. Why does it tell me? I guess I'm initializing it and never using it. Why did I even set this? .85, 4.36. I'm not using the variable anyway, so right? No one was using that variable.
Nobody.
So the next thing, okay, so get text, score. Oh right, I need UI. UI engine.ui. So text, score text. And I can just make it public, because why not? No I can't. Have to grab it every time a level starts. Else reset this stuff. Okay, so score text equals game object dot define. Oh no, it's under the camera. I know that. It's under the camera, so it's like camera. Oh no, but it's on awake, and the camera's not set yet. So on update, it'll be like the first update I do, or I could do it at start. Start. Score. Ah, no, it can't be on start either. It has to be on update. If score text equals null, score text equals camera dot font transform find canvas dot find score points to, I forgot what I called it. points value. Dot game object. No. Dot get component text. Okay, and then always score text equals. Oh right, I have to do that. Okay, so update score text. Why? Okay. Alright, so score text, and then here I just do update score text. Okay, and I'll have some int, so uint score. Score. Okay, so initially it just equals the score. But then I gotta break it up. Adding commas. Or is there a better way to do it? Can I do like this? Like billion equals score divided by 1. That. Or, sorry, uint. Uint. And then remaining equals score mod a billion. And then like uint million equals remaining. I could just do remaining. Uint remaining equals score remaining mod that. So now the remaining is in millions. Right, remaining divided by million. And then remaining equals remaining mod a million. Right, and then 1,000 remaining divided by 1,000 remaining mod 1,000 1 equals remaining. And that's it, remaining. Alright, so at least I think so. Okay, so but to get the actual number, I then have to divide it by oh no, that should be the actual number. Right, 'cause if I have 1 billion divided by a billion, it's 1. If I have 500 million divided by a million, it gives me 500. And 500 million mod million. Mod million. Right, okay, so this technically should be correct. So then all I have to do is say string score string equals, well, if billion, it equals remaining. And then, oh, yeah, it equals that. And then if 1000 is greater than 0, score string equals 1000 plus that plus remaining plus score string. If million is greater than 0, score string equals million plus comma plus score string millino. If billion is greater than 0. Okay, not right. Score string equals billion plus comma plus score string. Oh, wait. That's not going to be right, though. If I have exactly a billion, the remaining is going to be 0. Shit.
Oh.
Would have been probably easier the other way to just manually inject it in. The commas every 3 characters.
Every damn time.
Probably way easier. Yeah, I thought I could do it a clever way, but it's just so much easier doing it the other way around. So score string equals that for int equals score string dot length minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0 plus minus minus. All right, so int num counter equals 0. So oh, this should be even easier. So score length equals score string dot length. Num commas equals score length divided by 3. Right, so 5 divided by 3, there's 1 comma, 6 divided by 3, 1 comma, 7 divided by 3, 2 commas. Actually, 6 divided by 3 is 2 commas. So that shouldn't actually have that, so we'll do score length minus 1. And the score is at least 1 character in length, so it's 0 commas, all the way until I get to 4. 4 will be 3 divided by 3. And then 7 will be 6 divided by 3, which will hit 2. Okay. That's the number of commas. And then so I only need to know, because I can calculate the comma positions. I equals 0. I is less than non-commas. Plus plus. Comma index. I know that it's the score length minus I times 3.
How do you link to a GitHub line of code?
I plus 1 equals 1 less than or equal to no. How do you link to a line of code? I don't know.
In GitHub.
Not exactly sure. I know they do it, I think, internally, so you could probably look at what that link looks like. So let's see, if it's 1, if there's 1 comma, score length minus 3, or I guess like, where do I want the comma, right? So if I have a string that's like 1, 300, I want, this is 0, 1, I want it at 1. So minus 3, so 4 minus 3 is 1. So that's exactly where it goes. Okay. All right, but then if I have to put 2 commas, right, second comma, so this goes like that. So this is actually adding on the number of commas minus 1. So I'm at the second comma. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's not 7. It's at 8, so I have to add on, right, I times 3 plus I minus 1. Spaces. And I think that that's right. Initially, I minus 1 will be 0, so that's fine. Once I get to the second comma, I have to add 1 more. And once I get to the third comma, I have to add 2 more. That makes sense. So, do I have like a string split? No. Score string dot split at that index.
Split.
Or can I like insert?
Motherfucking Bruce Willis movie.
Oh, I can insert something at an index. Cool. Comma index.
You inserted your index where? Bro.
Index. That seems correct.
Seems, don't it? Hurts, don't it? Okay, repository, city. In terms of
I'm gonna rename this to make it seem more readable. Oops, 3. So that should do that. And then I'm going to start off with a really high score, and just see what happens. Well, let's put it at 100 to start off with, just to see what that looks like. Should within the first frame update to 100. Oops. No, I got an exception here. Start index. Where's that? Update score text. So comma index. What's score length? Come on. Oh, stop it. Touch, play. Okay. So, score string. What is it? It's 100. Alright. The length is 3. Score length minus 1 divided by 3 should be 0. So it's 0. It's less than or equal to num commas. Num commas is 3? 2 divided by 3? Oh. That order of operations always gets you.
How do I?
Come on.
This is very simple to do. Don't be so condescending on articles, dude.
Alright, so score text isn't actually doing anything. Probably because I didn't. This always happens. Score text dot text equals score string.
Oh.
So here the
I
number
see.
of commas is 0,
That's very helpful.
and it puts the score of 100. Let's try a score of 1000. See if it inserts a comma in the right spot. I believe that it should. It does not. Does not insert a comma in the right spot. Maybe that insert thing doesn't actually do anything. Alright, so score string, boom, boom, boom. Number of commas should be 1. It's 1 equals less than or equal, should iterate 1 time. Comma num is 1, so that would be 1 times 3 plus 1 minus 1, 0. So 1 times 3 is 3. It should go put a comma in position 3. But the length is 4 minus 3. It should put a comma in position 1. 1. Insert. Oh, does this return a new string? Is that what insert does? So it doesn't actually modify the original? Is that how that works? You guys could have told me, man. Save me all this time. Alright, 1000. Good. Works. 1,000,000. And if 1,000,000 works, I'm confident that 1,000,000,000 will work. Okay. And that's probably because so score string updated, score length never updated. score length now is score string dot length. There we go. And now a billion should work just fine. Yes. Alrighty. That was done. Okay, so score is 0. Not gonna worry about doing a score right now. I'm just gonna say the level is complete, and then what I'm gonna do is on the level end, let's do level end. I just want to load a new level. Level end, level end, level end. Where's trigger level end? Here it is. Event trigger level end. What it's gonna do, special text. Let's make this thing return the special text. Special text, right? So it creates it. Let's return it. Special text. Return XP. Return that. Let's go back to this level end. Let's hang on to it. Special text. So special text is that. Equals true, false. Return done. If special text is null. Done is true. And if done is true, then it also does level manager instance load next level with the chapter complete there. So now, the event system. Let's just throw that in here. And what's it doing? Oh yeah, testing this. So not chapter complete, and I just want to check whether or not it will load the next level. And I guess I want to incorporate like a wait timer. Float final wait time is 5. 1 second. If final wait time is greater than 0, final wait time once equals time, else it's not greater than 0, do that. So it does the text, it waits 1 second and loads the next level. Let's add a new scene. That's going to be nothing. How do I, where the hell is scene? Scene. It's going to be level 1, 2. And it's going to have nothing in it, but I got to add it to the build thing. File, build settings. Add open scene. Go back to level 1, 1. So that should make the text dies, and then it should call to load the next level. Hey, there it is. What happened here? Game camera? Okay, so score text is this, which doesn't exist. That's fine. There's nothing in this level anyway. So it successfully loads the next level. When the level loads for the first time, it should do, it should have the level start. It should do the level start.
You asking?
I'm asking myself, I guess. So where was I? World end. I kind of got that. Level end. Level start. What should that say? It should just say like go.
When you start?
Yeah, when you start a level. Like,
Do you want what level of energy do you want it?
I don't know, like, let's do it.
Because the classic is ready, go.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
So, yeah.
But I guess I don't want it to take too long. It could just say like level start or begin, or it doesn't really have to say anything, but I feel like it's got that bookend thing from when you end to when you start. But it doesn't, it's not necessary actually. It doesn't have to be there. It could just say, it could also say like incoming enemies, but I mean, yeah, they're always there. I think that's what the text boxes are for, honestly. I remember in the first level, like the Roxy picture comes up and she says, like, you got enemies incoming, and then he's like, I'm on it, and that's it. So I'm just gonna avoid that for now. Special text, fix it for other things, that's good. Save is good. Oh, so that makes me think, the number of people you saved in the
like
level.
Metal Slug.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wonder if that should show up anywhere.
Man, I haven't need to make a freaking game design doc in so long. This is crazy.
I'll put this in the maybe pile. Enemies killed, points, level stats. I'm not gonna worry about that. Switching levels, done. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my notes at the bottom. Should we show number of survivors saved? Just a ongoing total for the whole game, or X out of Y per level. I don't know. It's a question. Or do you just get more points for saving them, for saving people? Whatever. That's an easy way to get rid of that problem. Player gets hit by bullet while in ship makes right. Yeah, fix that. All right, if that's the case, I just gotta do the jetpack fuel. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it so much. I don't even think it actually did anything in the original game. It was like a double jump, actually.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna put that off. I'm gonna put that off for now and call it done for today. Yeah, cool. So now we can actually do some level design for the world one. Okay, now this is for sure next. No more avoiding it. Alright, so maybe that'll be a day, but level design all of world 1. So that means level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5.
Oh wait, what the hell?
How many levels were there in the original? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. this one only had a boss, so I think I'm gonna do more than just boss. Maybe make it longer. And each one of those are kind of like scripted out here and what the enemies are supposed to be. Wow, this is really short. It's really short. Oh, because it had the cruiser. It was the first level that had a cruiser, I think. Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on here. Level 2 is pretty long. It's got turrets. Okay. Cool. All right. That. And I wonder if I can just like add more levels. I don't really know. We'll see. And then World 2 background. Updating backgrounds. Probably using level manager. Seems fine. Array of background data based on world value as index into the array. Okay, cool. All right. I think that's good. I'm done. Take it easy. See you next week. Thank you for hanging out.